My name is Conrad Pinault, and I welcome you to our new tennis development webinar program. We will offer you capsules on different topics to help your level of play. The capsule will be as much for the single as for the double. We will deal with the tactical, psychological, physical, and technical aspect. Good viewing. In this capsule, we will discuss tennis percentage. Tennis is a sport of managing the number of errors in a match, because it is impossible to play a match without errors. So, he's the one who will do the least who will have a better chance of winning. By understanding the possible percentage of each shot, we reduce the number of choices and decisions to be made in a given situation. By having less options when we make our decision, that will make us hit with more conviction and, by the same fact, will give a shot with a better quality. In the beginning, it is necessary to understand that there is no guarantee at 100% from where the ball will be thrown from the opponent. It is necessary to know certain geometric and physical law, and especially recognize the opponent tendencies of our opponent. You need to know your opponent's comfort zone. We must understand this first rule because everyone prefers to hit in a certain way. The best shot of most players come when he can move through the ball. It will be in a stable position and in the point control. The impact will be located between the chest and the hips and has a comfortable distance laterally. It will be able to strike harder, be more precise, and can even take the net after. This is the time when you'll have the most trouble predicting the shot. Knowing what the opponent likes, it becomes imperative to have as a plan to project our shots where the opponents will not like, either by playing high balls and deep balls, playing low, slightly short, play in the corner, and fastball at the body. All of these situations will limit the possibilities of your opponent. A player who will receive a high and deep ball will be limited in these options. A player who moves backward will strike less strongly than a player who moves forward. Most of the time, replaying the same shot will be his best option. A player who is far behind the baseline will have less angle. The player who tries a powerful shot from this distance takes too much risk. The chances that speed affects the opponent is minimal because the distance between the two players is too much. There will be greater efficiency if you manage to make this ball high on the opponent's weakness. It will be certainly an attack shot. Keep the ball low. A low ball will always impose a speed limit on us because we have to raise it over the net. If we want to hit hard on a low ball, we must absolutely use a spin, which will affect the speed of the ball. In general, we will use this shot to force an opponent error when he will raise the ball, so that we can take one of our best shot after. We can also use this low ball to change the pace of the game when it's too fast. We then force the opponent to play in precision. Put the ball away. Hitting hard is one way, but being precise, it's another way. An opponent on the run may be less powerful than someone who's not on the run. On the other hand, a ball play on the side of the court will give more angle too. You got to be ready to run. Hitting hard at the opponent direction will put him in a situation where it will have not as much reaction time. This will take away angles in his projection. It is also easier on fastball reception to hold the direction than to change the direction. We will usually change the direction when we feel the benefit during the rally. Let's see an example of a full point where team is mixing the height in order to take advantage of the rally. Team choose a far position in a return, which will help him to start with a very hard return. It will continue with a high and deep forehand to force Zverev to back up. It will come back with two slice backhand limiting Zverev's speed shots. Team sees the possibility and he will attack with his forehand. But unfortunately, he might take a little bit too much risk on the last one. In this point, we will compare the possible angles of all shots during the entire point. You will notice that the percentage change depending on where Djokovic will be in the court. The further he is forced to hit, the percentage projection angle will be lower than 74%. As long as he can get into the court, the percentage will go above 75%. This will give him more option and chances to attack the opponent and place the ball when he will need it. Let's review the point with Thiem and Zverev with the same analysis. Thiem, by choosing to start far, reduce these angles around 37%. And that's why he must use the height for his shot trajectory. Even if Thiem hold down the projection percentage, he managed to control the point with these height variation to limit Zverev's option. So that's an example. There is not just the speed where it can control your opponent. Here's another point with the low percentage. The main reason why the percentage are low is because Federer was forced to play on his back foot most of the time. Nadal played so deep, but Federer will take the ball very early to get these openings. And you can see after a few shots, Nadal was not able to come back on time. Now, let's do a little summary of what we saw. Don't be afraid to use new patterns. You have to know how to change something when it's the time. If you feel good and hit well, but you lose 5-0, it might be because your opponent has the best on you right now. Maybe you take wrong decision. Stubbornness can be fatal. Don't play for the gallery. Knowing how to recognize your opponent's strengths is important. By knowing certain percentage rule, you should be able to better manage your risk during your game. Hopefully, these little tips will help you to your next single game. You can write me any question by email. Thank you, and see you soon for our new capsule.